Hey guys, Mr. Burek here. How are you today? So, I know you can't see me too well, but I decided to film this way because it's a lot easier for you guys to actually see what we're doing. So I wanted to focus on the work surface, not on my face. So, today I have a super fun project today. So, we are going to make a speaker for your smartphone. It doesn't use any batteries. It's super low tech. And at least when I tried it with my iPhone, it actually made the music, I would say, more than twice as loud. I made it out of nothing but cardboard, scraps that I had laying around. It was free. So just quickly, let me tell you how this project came about. You know, a lot of times I listen to my smartphone, I listen to music, and I don't like to wear headsets because after a while the earbuds bother my ears. And so I was going to get on Amazon and buy a speaker for my smartphone, but I was like, wait a second, maybe I can invent one and maybe I can turn it into a project. So I made a bunch of prototypes, kind of figured out what the acoustics were, trial and error, and I came up with a really simple speaker that you can make out of nothing but cardboard. It's not really a speaker so much as an amplifier for the speakers in your smartphone. So maybe that's probably the better way to describe it. This is a sound amplifier for your smartphone. And like I said, it works really good, made a huge difference on my iPhone. So here's what you're going to need. This is a super simple project. The first thing, though, you're going to need to do is you are going to need to have the smartphone holder project that we already did. So in case you haven't done this yet, this is kind of part one to the project. So you have to make one of these. You can get onto the PS Academy YouTube channel, and my instructions to make a smartphone holder is on there. So this is part, we utilize this in making the phone amplifier. So you need to make this first. Okay, so you make that first. Again, it's easy too. You're going to set that aside. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to need a piece of cardboard, and it is roughly 18 inches long by 9 inches wide. So just give or take, doesn't have to be exact, but about 18 inches by about 9 inches, give or take. Just a piece of scrap cardboard. I got this from an Amazon box. Okay, that's the first thing. You'll need your smartphone. You'll need a ruler or a tape measure. I've got a tape measure. If you have a ruler, you're going to be able to use the ruler as the straight edge. This is my straight edge that I use to draw lines. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need some kind of pen, crayon, pencil to mark. And then you're going to need either some kind of glue, or you'll need a glue gun. A glue gun does work better. And, maybe some tape. That's kind of optional. So, again, real simple project. And let's dive right into it. So what you're going to do first, you're going to take your smartphone and you need to draw around the smartphone. So hopefully you can see this on the video. I've left a little bit of space here, maybe a half an inch. It doesn't have to be exact, but maybe about a half an inch gap there. So you kind of line that up so it's nice and straight, and then you trace your smartphone. I'm going to show you what this looks like after I trace it. Make that nice and bold so you can see it real good. Okay, so that is the first thing that I've done. I've traced an outline of my smartphone. Okay, I'm going to keep jumping back and forth between the seat and the camera just to make sure everything's in view for you so it all looks really good. Okay, next thing you're going to do, you're going to take a ruler or a tape measure and you're going to measure out 4 inches and 4 inches. So I'm going to go, let's do it that way. Okay, there's right there, and right there. Okay, so what I've done is I've measured out 4 inches and 4 inches. Okay? Then I'm going to take my straight edge. I'm going to kind of line that up like that. Draw that across. Okay. And then okay, so what I've done is I've drawn a line. So you want to kind of extend that. You want that one nice big bar like that. And then what I'm going to do is nice and straight. That 4-inch line that I came out on, and that 4-inch line, let's see. Okay. Let me make sure I got this in the camera view. Okay. So you guys can see what I did. So what I've done is here's my smartphone, and then here's a 4-inch square, more of a rectangle, and then this one over here. So you should have 1, 2, 3 boxes. Okay? Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your straight edge, your ruler, and you're going to go from this corner to this corner. Okay. And again, I did several prototypes of this to see what sounded the best. And out of all the ones that I tried, this design made my phone the loudest. Okay, so then what I've done is I've went from the corner of this to here, the corner of this to here, okay? Let's take a real close look at that. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna cut out. So I'm gonna cut okay, so I'm gonna cut that out as part of the project here. So let me cut this out, and then I'm gonna show you what you should be left with when you're done. Okay, so let me cut this here real quick. Okay, I'm going to set that piece aside. All right, so I've cut that. Then, let's see, I'm going to cut that one. I'm going to cut okay, so that's what I've got so far, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to cut, let's see, that one off, and then I'm going to cut that one off. Okay, like that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to make a crease here and a crease here because I want to bend these. They're going to be flaps that I'm going to bend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tape measure here. My straight edge. I'm going to get my scissors and I'm just going to press down through the cardboard. I found that that's the safest way. You're not having to use razor blades or anything you can get hurt on. So you're going to take that and you're just going to score it with your scissors, okay? You don't want to go the whole way through. You just want to kind of score down into the cardboard. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay. Just going to score down through there. Okay, so if this worked right, what that's going to allow us to do is go like this. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so let me show you the shape. So when you're done, that's the shape you should be left with, and then you're going to score the sides. Okay, now let's see if I can remember how to do this last part. It's a little tricky. I'm going to take my box. It's already got a straight edge up here. And I'm going to make the top. So you're going to turn it like this. And I'm going to line it up. Okay. So if I remember this right, what I did was I took my tape measure and I measured 4 inches down. I'll show you what we're doing here when I'm done here. 4 inches down. Okay. And then I was able to draw like a nice straight line. Just a nice long, straight line. Okay, now let me see if I can remember this here. So, okay, so yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take that straight edge. We are going to make a line here. We're going to make a line here. Like that. So let me refresh this. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to, from this line, you're going to measure 4 inches on a couple points so you can draw a nice big straight line across there. And that line is roughly, and this doesn't have to be exact, but that line is about 8 3/4 inches. So that's 8 3/4. And then this one is 4 inches. So let me show you that again. So this one is about 8 3/4. And this one is 4 inches. Okay, you're going to cut this out. Okay. This was such a fun project, just prototyping all the different kinds of amplifier arrangements, and some of them worked good, some of them worked terrible, some of them didn't amplify the sound at all. So it was kind of fun to just go through that process and figure out which was the easiest to make that gave you the loudest sound. So I think this was kind of the best of all the prototypes that I did. Okay, now, so you got that cut out. Now, what you're going to do next, this is a little bit tricky. You're going to line it up with the back. So you're going to line that up. And I'm going to show you here. So you're going to draw that. And then you're going to okay, and let me get this nice and dark, and then I'll show you what you're going to do. Okay, so you're going to start from the corner, and then you're going to go up, corner, and then go up. So let me see if I can maybe figure out what this is for. Yeah, this is easy. So it's 1 inch. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let me show you this way. So if you go 1 inch and you make a mark, this is the easier way to do it. And then you go 1 inch and make a mark. I'll show you this here. Okay, so what I've done is I've measured in 1 inch and I've measured in 1 inch. Okay, and then I'm going from the corner to that inch mark. So if I do, this might be easier for you guys to do it this way. Yeah. So that's what you're going to have, and then you're going to cut it. Okay. I'm telling you, that's the easiest way. Just measure in 1 inch and 1 inch, and then just do it the way I showed you. That's way easier. Way easier. Okay. Now, we're almost done, believe it or not. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're going to glue this together. So what I found was easiest, so it's going to go actually on the inside like that, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go glue this, and then I'm going to show you what I've done. So bear with me 1 second here. I'm going to walk over to my hot glue gun that's already ready to go here. I'm going to get some hot glue in there. Okay. All right, now okay, guys, I'm going to hold this for just a second. So I've put hot glue along the sides, and then I just kind of pressed it all in, and I'm just holding it while it dries. Okay. And conceivably, guys, you guys could, you could decorate this. You could put some designs on it. You could make it look like a boombox, make it look like a radio, do whatever you want there. Okay, so this is the amplifier hood. So here's what you do. You take your phone stand. Now, let me get some music going here. I'm going to show you how much of a difference this makes. Okay. Now, so I'm going to do it with and without the hood. I don't know how well it will sound on camera, but in real life, it's at least twice as loud. So let me get the music going here. Okay, that's without the hood. And that's with the hood. Now, let me pull this out of here, and I'll kind of give you the walk around, show you what it looks like.